Okay, so what we're doing today is at least trying to watch the first two games here over in LPL with TES versus Suning, which is probably the team most expected to end up in the World's Finals versus the a World's finalist, based mostly off of tournament format, but that's life. And we're going to see if we can make any significant notes off of this. Otherwise, I might also just record when I watch these things.
A very early pickup of the Aatrox that you'd expect to go towards Bin.
Now, I will put a caveat on this. SOFM has been playing some Aatrox jungle in solo queue, but I do agree, I imagine that is going towards Bin in the top lane. I'm actually not a fan of the Fiora. In seasons past, Fiora was considered a counter pick to the Aatrox because you could obviously get the riposte, you could do a lot of work with just being able to outplay a lot of Aatrox maneuvers. However, with new Aatrox, with the
okay, so Samira is a high priority pick. Let's actually get this going down here. So at the gate, Ornn is still a high priority. Graves has been a huge priority because of the massive amount of sustain he has if he goes the Bloodline, Bloodthirster, and all that. Like, he can just heal an incredible amount. Akali, I don't recall if she had any significant buffs or whatnot, but I imagine the new item set has just let her be very be more effective. Olaf's still a very good early game jungler. Maybe he'll actually beat Graves early on. Rakdenoid's a top side or a top pick in LPL with just how fighty they are. So Renekton has always been highly prioritized, and Zoe's still relevant. Otherwise, out the gate, Samira still powerful. They still have importance. Got the engaged support just to stack on with, I believe, with Samira's kit. And if anyone hasn't seen the monster videos, with Gore Drinker and Aatrox's kit, he has an incredible amount of sustain, and it's pretty fucking nutty. And Kai'Sa's ended up in a weird place where she is almost always viable, if I'm recalling correctly the info. But it's going to be its own question for how long in the game it takes for her to get there, like 2 or 3 items.
It actually is a little bit more of a difficult matchup and not as heavily favored in the Fiora's map.
Okay, and then they're going to lock in the Pantheon. Let's speed this up a bit. So Pantheon actually has become very powerful, and because of Gore Drinker, along with some of the itemization that's with the item changes, he actually doesn't fall off like he used to. And the insta stun on the W is still powerful. The invulnerability is still there, just not against towers for that last patch at the end of season 10. So he can go anywhere. Actually, between solo lane supports, he can be anywhere right now. He's an ultimate flex. And if you can hear the commentators just right, yeah, Karsa, yeah, here we go, yeah, identifying Karsa, playing him a lot. It's a great ganking character at this point. Nidalee for the high farm. Come on, bands coming through. So this is just where range, banning out the ranged top laners just to give Ben an easier time. TF to remove any extra global presence. This is actually really a big idea, or big combo with Pantheon, because this basically, if this is going to be a Karsa Pantheon paired up with a Knight TF, then they get to basically just roam and just jump anyone all over the map. So actually, they banned that against themselves. What am I thinking? So they're looking for the TF not. So they're trying to prevent Angel from countering the global possibilities and presence out of Karsa's Pantheon. So little Ox there, little Ox. And next ban, Jace, so more range, just getting rid of Ben's hatred of ranged top laners that could bully him on the Aatrox early on. And Orianna banned out, so this is... I have not heard anything in any of the League of Legends Discord to indicate that Orianna is a monster. She's never been. She's just always been a very hyper reliable, just super reliable champion in the mid lane. Just very base, very good, very standard, very good at enabling. And you have 2 bruiser and then like a actual carry and then a carry from the jungler. So you have a lot of defensive peel ability and shields from Orianna. So getting rid of that and preventing that stable mid laner to hold this down is a decent call. It's not nearly as focused of a pick. Okay, and this is, I guess this at the time as a support Galio. Just provide the last pick mid laner over here. Support Galio with the CC lock up with the Kai'Sa could actually be like a really great combo. But the Galio kind of also just has to take a lot of fucking punish. So we'll see how it's gonna be see how it plays, how much it hurts, or if they actually go on the offensive with lane control. Syndra locked in. Syndra's still powerful, even with all the item changes. And okay, aggressive bot lane. This is gonna be okay. So that's mid lane Syndra, top lane Karma. So still has a ranged top laner aspect to really punish the Aatrox and really just bully him with all of her high damage early on spells. She gets instant access to her ultimate at level 1. So that's going to be a little rough there. And mid lane, Lucian's still available. And Eclipse is a pretty strong first mythic item on him. And they're going to lock in the Victor. So very, very stable team fighting aspects there. Let's get on to the game. Actually, that's a good spot to stop. So this requires, so 2 mages, 2 magic damage. These 2 have to go physical damage. Otherwise, this actually is going to fall apart with 3 magic damage dealers. So Victor's going to get hurt by this a bit with having the Nidalee, and he can be a hyper carry situation if he's played around properly. They both have, I can't remember fucking runes to save my life right now. Jesus Christ. Phase Rush, there we go. So they both have Phase Rush, Conquerors, Ares. Yeah, nothing too special or too ridiculous. This allows for at least some early quick attack speed buffs with the Halo Blades. So that should work out there. A lot of sustain for this though. Alright, so out the gate here. Anything quick or special? Just a neutral thing. Wards in the bush, bot side there. Yeah. They've spotted where Karsa is, but Karsa's resetting and he's gonna come back out. I need this actually to come off. This is
an opportunity for Huanfeng to play that more assassination style of Kai'Sa, but certainly this is going to be a difficult style for Suning to play.
Oh, they had not mixed it around yet. Okay, yeah. This is all standard. Yep, as called. For positions, locations. Yep, scanner out for Karsa. So he's prepared to actually play a better vision control game out. SOFM hasn't even put out his ward yet, so that's a little sus, little rough there. This is at least a slight advantage there for early information, because that ward should be probably right around where the Nidalee is. Okay, this is probably Karsa's ward right there. Red start for Karsa. Looks like it's gonna be a blue start. So they're probably making a guess. Suning taking a guess at the red side start. So this means that Nidalee, SOFM's Nidalee will be able to actually just match Karsa across the map, right to left. Okay. So both sides are actually going to get here in time here. The level 2 advantage, there's the advantage that they're looking for. At least this is where they're just going in early. The stun out the gate. And that's going to be a good chunk. Alright, so pretty even trade. Knight's getting a good push here. He's probably going to back off. No, he's got a lot of charges left. He can go for another wave. I want to try to remember the wave patterns, because this is probably wave 3. Yeah, Ben just getting hurt hard here. Full clears. And so the Pantheon actually skipped Raptors, went over to Blue Gromp. He's going to come back now for it. Okay, Scuttle Crab priority going on with the junglers now. This is actually going to be a decent advantage with the stun out of the Pantheon to help him actually keep pace with the Nidalee.
But I'm going to hold that thought, because Karsa is making his way in towards the bottom lane. SOFM is on the correct half of the map. I don't think there's going to be an opportunity here for top esports, but they're going to try and make something happen.
This is a counter gank. He's just sitting there. Karsa's just sitting bot lane there in case anyone shows up from SOFM. Nothing's really going to happen here. Yeah, because all the Nidalee is going to do is just farm. There's no... SOFM's just going to farm hard. That's all he did during the Worlds. It's just he was a farming jungler. It's what allowed him to be so impactful and so powerful. So we're just kind of hanging out here. So good lead here top side CS-wise. Nidalee pulling ahead of the Pantheon isn't that big of a surprise. As much as Knight's been trying to abuse Angel, this is still holding out really well. So it's all even across. It's going to be a question of what team, based on power spikes, is going to make the first move for, say, Dragon. Because we have Ocean up now as the first Drake, 5 minutes in. Hail hasn't spawned yet. And it's just a very, it's actually very Korean right now. It's very, very stable, very calm. Oh. You see his nose, he's there. That ward up here actually caught him. Okay, okay. Actually, could have something here right now. The wave is pushing in. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so this wave is pushing in. This is a good possibility right here. Now, is Suning going to actually register this ward is cleared and actually back off from it? They kind of can't because of the pushing wave. And this ward actually from TES confirms there's no counter gank that's like somehow snuck into here. So this could turn. Oh, there's the engage. Flying on in. Oh, and just in time, your spear lands on Deju. On Deju. But not much to come from that. So the read actually comes in really well. The SOFM's there in time by actually skips Gromp. They recognize that. I'm wondering actually when did they recognize that? Oh, just coming down the lane here. So this timing's actually. They should have gone immediately. Because right now the Nidalee's actually by tier 1. This actually should have been the go time. But they actually wait just too long enough. Yeah, now they engage, and Nidalee's literally just at tier 2. And so they're going to be able to go in here low health, and that spear basically says this isn't going to happen. Yeah, well read by Suning, good counterplay, and they keep control of this actually. Jaculev's going to stay here alone to try to at least get this wave collected, but they're going to press in on this. Yeah, Suning. I don't think they got to try to go any further. Just going to secure the wave and back off. Ben takes care of the Scuttle Crab, so that's actually a really good catch right there. Yeah, he's finally got wave pushing control with his Q spam. Yeah, the wave just ended up there, and he took advantage of the timing. I know it's being very jumpy, and I want to solve it. I think it just does that because of the LPL. It looks like Sunni's actually going to be the one to try to push these Drakes here. Glaring at the river. No final items built yet. Yeah. Because right now there's like a 14 CS lead here for the Nidalee over the Pantheon. 14-15 now. That's just going to keep ballooning because of the state of Nidalee. So Carson needs to actually start getting active here. We're only 8 minutes in. First Drake's up. They need to actually go in hard now before this scaling gets out of hand. And especially because they have the Karma top, which I just don't see as useful as an Aatrox in a fight. Like, Aatrox will be the pseudo tank for this team fight along with the Galio, and then you have all the damage dealers like kind of on the outside playing into if there's a full team fight situation. While the Karma can really like enable and keep Leona or the Pantheon safe, really enable and provide a very strong at least burst and maybe in a slight poking pattern. This Karma's on a big scaling situation right now, so this is actually going to be a weird timing because the early win for top esports has to come through mid lane, and at least it would feel like it would have to come through mid lane because Syndra would feel like to power spec a little bit sooner, but they're going along a similar build. Oh, curse, okay. Waves push them. They're going to try to push for this, and they're going to get sight. Okay. Spear doesn't hit anything. They know something's going up here, but 369 is going to try to catch. Yeah, they're going to try to catch SOFM right now, and that's going to be an ult, and that is a first blood onto the Syndra by Knight, and they're going to get the Scuttle Crab. So this is actually really great play. What was so beautiful about that, like, to be honest, is that the Karma was like sitting top lane, but she actually takes the back route here to get the surrounding element on the Nidalee, because the Nidalee is like hanging out like right here, just poking into the Baron pit, and it's an easy walk up for the Syndra to just come on over to here and like really goof with this. So I really appreciate that they almost expected that, or it's one of it's likely tracking out of Karsa that reckoned where the Nidalee was, and the Nidalee kind of mirroring him, or knowing that he was mirroring the Nidalee, so they knew that they could start the Herald, and at best they'd be able to get the at simple version they get the Herald, better version they actually get the Nidalee. So that was actually really good and really fun right there. And that was bad communication, or at least the bad noticing of the map by SOFM to not realize the Karma was gone. I guess he very easily could have assumed the Karma was just going river, but it is the extra big brain move out of 369 to go top side and just catch him. Okay, we're having pushing advantages here. Invading, grabbing. Yep. I think they're trying to get a trap here. Yeah, they're trying to grab a trap here. Oh, he misses. Oh. Oh, June, that was not okay. Not okay. That was rough. That was rough. He doesn't even burn any flashes off that, actually. So cringe. Not so good. Not fun. Not fun play. This is very strange, actually. Like that's a lot of good highlight there coming from the casters. Better team fighter earlier on. Both are gonna be able to keep together probably on the same damage output. But it's weird how passive. It's very weird how passive these LPL teams are right here, because LPL is just known for being just the bloodbath of the League of Legends world in the major regions, and not a lot happening right now. Although this pickup, when did he pick this up? He's had this a while. Okay. So we got it at 12 minutes in. So we're... Where are we at? Yeah, so Gore Drinker on hand for the Pantheon for Karsa. So is he going to do anything? I think he's just going to worry about getting drag. They have pretty good river control right now. Wave's pushing bot. Syndra's been pushing Victory in all match. Jackie Love just going to get a turret plate and back off, but this could be a free Drake here for Karsa. Yeah, SOFM decided to back, and they just either didn't read it or aren't worried about it. Oh, Joe looking for something right now. Oh, it's about to have something going on here. Nope, just gets on out. Pretty free there. That's okay. This is weird. This is actually weird. See this? See these things? Like, no. And no. Like, how have we ended up here? Because the Karma is supposed to be bullying the Aatrox, but I guess like once we get past like 12 minutes, the Aatrox gets to take over with this sustain play. But this is a little rough here. I guess at this point, from I guess 12 minutes on, Karma just gets to just do nothing but wave clear it, and that's like the play. But the fact that Aatrox has not been able to be kept down this much kind of lets me know how busted his sustain is now, and how 369, at least right now, is not as able to punish the Aatrox and keep him down. Because if this is going to be a punishing pick, this should not happen. There should not be a level like this. You're close. Like they're very close for levels, because he just turned level 11 off that wave. But that still is just not what I would expect out of this. Like 369 should have been able to shut this down more, because there was never a point actually that we saw, at least highlighted by the observers, where the Nidalee was favoring topside. It's just been a front to back, bottom to top clearing of camps. And even then, he's not that far ahead of Karsa. Okay, we're back at the Rift Herald. There's a favoring on the Rift Herald with Zhao over here. Jackalo's still going bot, so this could be a fight here. They have sight of it. No, they're giving it up here. No, he's over the wall. Sunir just not fighting for anything right now. Free scuttle onto the Kaisa for Huanfeng. Okay.
as much time and space
Yeah.
for Angel to get towards 2 items. Same when you look towards Bonfong. He's got the Gale Force completed, not being team fights that it offers.
Yeah. So jumping into that Gale Force conversation, Gale Force has actually gotten a lot of priority over in the LCS in-houses. They were highly prioritized because of the mobility that provided. So one really fun game that I got to see a little bit at Tristan Cast's stream, because if you want to watch the in-houses and you want to watch a wide perspective, or at least the directed camera perspective, Tristan Cast is a great dude who just does his own casting over it. It's a good hang. But what was happening is that a lot of the junglers and ADCs and mid laners were really enjoying the Gale Force because of the mobility that provided. So you get to have a hopping Gale Forcing in Kindred just run into mid from Raptors and just throw down chunks of damage. So, and the maneuverability just provides, like, Ezreal an extra E, an extra dash evolution. Maneuverability and mobility in this game is primo, especially for an ADC. So the priority on one mythic over the other may just come down to the mobility choice, on the fact that Kai'Sa doesn't have a lot of escapes, unlike Samir, who at least has the wall, the twirl thing to prevent any CC from landing on her or hitting her, or just projectiles from hitting her. Second Rift Herald for TES. And that mid lane is almost gone. And this is a good point, because you don't want to get extra gold or extra push on the top. And bot lane's already gone. So this turret's basically gone. Yeah, they're just gonna hold it down and get a wave thrown into it, and that should be that.
Well, I'm hoping those one-item spikes come pretty soon, Hector, because we're almost 20 minutes into the first game of LPL 2021, and we have one kill and sorely misrepresenting what is going to happen in this first game. I was hoping for a bloodbath.
Looking for it. This might actually be yep, they're going in on this. Looks like a double taunt there. Double stun coming out. Oh, and that's pulling through. Draculov's running for his life here, but he's about to get pounced here, and this is going to be a Suning fight. Yeah, both teleport in. TS still here, 3v4. Peeling back. Yes. Suning should still want this. Still, they're missing is their support. Yeah, he's trying to get the yeah, 369's in the pit. Alright, they're just gonna take. They're gonna trade mid tower for Dragon. Yeah, they have to take Dragon if TS want to actually trade this out fairly. They're not gonna take it? Okay, there they go. They've been working on it. Okay. So we have major power spikes. Yeah, so we are in a second Dragon, first items pattern for LPL. Only gets one. It's just to Leona. She's just going to tank that up. Yeah, they don't care if she dies. Yeah. Jo, okay. Oh, Karsa? Oh, Karsa's got here. Oh, this might get turned around here. Yeah, they have advantage here. Good ult. Oh, Jo really wants to go in there, but oh, he's gonna have to get caught. Pantheon from the backside. Oh, it's gonna push them away. Oh, they still want it. Doesn't get the kill onto Ben, but there's nothing to really even fight about right now. Yeah, they're just fighting to fight right now. Oh, that spear. Oh, he has to flash out from the laser. But this just gives Suning mid priority. There's nothing going on. They're gonna get Baron? Pings on Baron. Okay, so the fighting spirit is still there. Okay. Glad we know that much. Yeah, this is still very close. I'm wondering if they're about to, like, because that's about the most passive we've ever seen LPL teams. And maybe it's just because it's the very first game of the season, and they're just like, wait, what do we do? Oh, right, we kill things. We fight all the time. We fight over nothing. I'm actually expecting Top Esports to 2-0 this, because it's only 2 games. Like, I know how this ends, but I'm going to be surprised if it's otherwise. There's not too much of difference in... Yeah, there's not much difference right now. Collector, Gale Force, Collector, and Imperial Mandate. With Executioner's Calling? Is that Executioner's Calling? Because that'd be straight weird. Yeah, that's weird. There's not a lot of... Well, no, that might be on the Aatrox, actually. Yeah, Aatrox now. Executioner's calling kind of a good idea. Oh, big pick there on SOFM. Here's got Zanya's. The Galio's going to come in, and Zhu's going to die here. Oh, boy. That is not the engage you want. Suning still looking top 2 form here, and TES not tempering their aggression just right. Oh boy. Yeah, and Infernal's up here. This is a bad way to start here. Curse is going to get caught on. They're going to get pushed through. Okay, so how are they going to play this out? Dragon started up. Oh, Curse is going to go in? Nope, they're just not much taken there. Jaculovs. Got to get out of there. This is a good pick, but they go too far in. They go way too far in. Getting some movement here into red jungle.
I want to revisit the topic of supports. If they'll give me a chance here, we may have a bit of a skirmish.
Oh, SOFM, he's baiting for it. Gets cut in half. And trade back on Jaculov. Gale's, was it? Did he just dash further away from that? Okay. Oh, this is a focus on the bin. He just has to dash over the wall, so that's kind of troll. I just traded big flank ult for just a little, well, ult trade out of Aatrox, but okay.
Great damage coming out from Angel already on this Victor. Huanfeng does have a mark, but he's not going to jump into the back line. That would be kind of suicidal. But let's take a look at where the gold is spread right now, because it is actually pretty much even when it comes to total gold for the two teams. But when you look at the carries, Huanfeng is head and shoulders above Jaculov right now with 2 kills on the board, 550 on the bounty. He's already finished the 3 items, and he's feeling incredibly strong, especially with that extra crit cape in there. So I'm expecting Huanfeng, if he finds the freedom and the opportunity, he could look exceptional in the next couple of fights.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so Aatrox in his current form just becomes a big lifesteal tank. Oh, RIP, LPL production. Random graphic, right side. Great stuff, great stuff. That needs to go away, because there's nothing happening right now. They bait Baron. Oh, they're going to catch Snan, but... Oh, the stun doesn't get anything. Snan's really low here. They're not getting much out of this. Karsa's gone in, and he's peeling back, but I don't think it's going to be what they want. Oh, still pushing against. Snan's so low. There's a lot of low health members right now. And 369 just going to power on out. This gives top...
I don't understand it. I actually thought someone was going to die in that fight, and
this is weird. This is very restrained. No one died there. I really don't like this Karma. I never like Karma top. It just doesn't feel like it actually has a lot of innate value. You have a hyper carry out of the Samira for sure for the Karma to enable, but it's not a supportive Karma with the... Alright, Suning started it. They're kind of bursting it down. They're going to get it. Stun comes out. Doesn't really actually get anyone. And he goes in the back and just gets deleted. Nothing out of that. Karsa's too late for that fight, and he's about to get deleted as well here. And Ben's going to survive the dive into the back, and Top Esports just having to run away from this, but Suning are hard on their trails. And that's going to be 3 for 1 with Dragon. And Suning without Karsa, that's a free Baron. So Suning are going to jump way out in front of this. That was nutty. What am I looking for? I forget item names the moment I get into doing this game. We're trying to commentate. Luden's Tempest. They changed that name.
Absolutely amazing. And especially in the likes of On. Now, on this Galio, you can see how much space he's creating, but playing far back, providing a lot of room for this team.
Yeah, Ben just comes in and actually disrupts the entire backline, prevents them from being able to walk forward and capitalize on the diving from Karsa and Zhu. So, rough. And that's a great opening. That's a great opening for Suning, actually, for this game. So now Top need to figure out how to like get back into this.
Worst case scenario, he had a stopwatch in that one. Now he's got a GA for himself. This doesn't get any better, it feels like. And that's what
they're gonna try to capitalize on Ben here, but Huanfeng is here. They're gonna go in on this. Who's hunting who? And Huanfeng is just gonna follow him all the way through. Guardian Angel goes down. They've already arrived here, and Huanfeng's gonna get out. While the rest of Sunny are just going to go through and pile past the inhibitor turret. They get Zhou. And that's pretty nutty. They're getting inhib off this. I'm not sure if they should get the inhib out of this, but... Oh, wow. Yeah, they are going to push for the end. Oh my gosh. Actually, this is going to be so much more. Holy crap. Okay. So, get first items. I don't care about first Drake, but second Drake, we start fighting, we start killing. Okay.